Hello and welcome to KSP Space program. This is Space Warfare, and in this series we are going to be fighting rival space agencies for control of, space. So let's get right to it. In the last episode we sent off our Duna mission and pretty much completed it. Now all we have left to do is return. So in the last episode we also did our return burn. So all we've really got left to do is time warp over back to Kerbin and then slow down, and basically all we really have to do is get into an orbit, and then even if we've got no fuel left after that we can just send up another ship to go retrieve the current science. By the looks of it we've got plenty of fuel, so I don't think we'll have to worry about that. Now to make it much easier to land, I've split the Duna mothership into 3 sections, which consists of what's left of the lander, the research section, and the engine section. Now we'll just land in the lander section here, and now we've just gone to the re-entry of the lab section. Now the lab section is what currently contains all the science, so we're just going to recover that now, see how much science we get, and then start getting some new spaceships. 2,536 science, that's amazing. So without jumping into all the stuff of research, because I've got a lot of stuff, let's just go straight into the newest space fighter bomber I've developed, which is the Aquila 1. So here we are in orbit with it. Now as you could see before, we've got the main sails, so we can get much larger launch stages than we could before. But with Aquila here, we have it loaded with 2 Javelin torpedoes, which are much larger than the previous torpedoes we've used, and will hopefully be able to get up to much greater speeds with all the RTS ports and do a lot more damage to any target we hit. Now I've just noticed that the placing of a couple of the RTS ports is off a bit, so I'll have to change that in the design before we send it into battle. Well, it still seems to work out alright. So as we're coming in now, about 1 kilometre off our target, it's accelerating really fast. We're going much faster than we were with our previous torpedoes, just over 100 meters per second, and hits. Now with the launch stage destroyed, I think we've got enough firepower to take a lot of targets out. And with the wings on the Aquila, what we can do is, once we've completed our mission, we can just deorbit and then land like a plane. Now I've jettisoned the other torpedo to make it much easier to land, because we don't really need it, and it would provide a huge handicap if we're trying to land with the central mass way too far out to the side. Now despite its main use as being a space vehicle, not a plane, and its lack of control surfaces and even the rocket engine, it still functions as a plane quite well. I've tested it a few times and it's able to take off and land from a normal runway, which is quite good in case I need to take out any targets, though I'm not quite sure what a torpedo could do against it. Which is why, in case we run into any ground targets, we are going to be hopefully using our experimental tank, which I should just switch to in a moment. Here we are. So we've got a few missiles loaded on the top of this, and we've got a bit of unmanned target practice over there in the form of another tank. So if we fire all our torpedoes away, and this is what happens to the tank. So hopefully we should be able to deal with any type of tank that Hydrus throws at us. And I guess that's it for this episode. In the next episode, I guess I'll be getting some Aquilas into our high orbit to defend against any high orbit threats, while our shipyard can deal with lower orbit threats. But that'll be in the next episode. I'm 8000 Arman. Thanks for watching.